Well, this morning there is a new push to crack down on catalytic converter theft.
Yeah, Candace Hare spoke with a state lawmaker who is trying to curb this issue. She joins us this morning with what he had to say. Good morning, Candace.
Good morning, Dave and Danita. That's right, catalytic converters, they're valuable and they can be stolen quickly. But one local lawmaker tells me he's taking action after constituents have been reaching out to him for years asking to put a stop to this crime. That's the sound car owners dread. It's the sound of starting a van without a catalytic converter, a sound that's become increasingly common around the country and in Ohio.
There's been an explosion of catalytic converter theft in Ohio.
A 2023 report from vehicle data company Carfax shows more than 150,000 catalytic converters were reported stolen in 2022, which isn't up from the year prior. Ohio State Representative Bill Roemer from Richfield is working alongside Representative Phil Plummer to tackle this through legislation.
I've had a number of people reach out to me, both individuals, auto dealers, car rental companies, and others, insurance companies, because it's an epidemic in Ohio.
House Bill 328 would make a catalytic converter a special purpose article, thus holding scrap metal dealers to additional requirements. It would also increase penalties for stolen catalytic converters and create a catalytic converter theft task force.
So if that person shows up and that person says, I've got this catalytic converter, what our bill would say is, you have to prove to us where you got it. Do you have a repair bill from a muffler shop? Do you have an auto title or something like that? So you have to have proof that you are legally the owner of that catalytic converter.
Roemer tells me he was driven to draft this bill in part because of an incident he says happened at a church he attends.
While church was going on, somebody passed uniformed police to try to steal catalytic converters in a church parking lot.
During committee hearings, the bill has seen support from the Ohio Association of Chiefs of Police. Against the bill in its current form has been the Institute of Scrap Recycling Industries, who contend the bill, quote, only adds additional costs and regulation to law-abiding businesses. This is not the first time Roemer has proposed this type of legislation, but this time around, he's hopeful the bill will be passed into law.
We're trying to protect those very vulnerable folks, the consumers in general that can't afford a couple $1,000s for a new catalytic converter, and we're trying to support our businesses also. Car dealers have had multiple catalytic converters stolen in an evening. Insurance companies are paying a lot of money for these types of things. So we're trying to make this a win-win-win.
So currently there is a wide range of possible penalties for catalytic converter theft. This bill, if passed, would make it a specific penalty, which in general would be a 5th-degree felony. Back to you.
You know, Candace, it's bad when people will steal right out of the church parking lot. Now, that's really bad. Hopefully they can curb this issue.